And Stephen goes, "Oh, who's your favourite player?" And the kid just goes, "Charlie Murphy." I couldn't believe. I thought, nice one, I'll give you 20 quid later.
You're running into the best in the world. It's like, right, okay, I've got Johnny Clayton out the way. Oh damn, now this week I've got Littler. And then I've got Gian, and then I've got Humphreys. You just don't have a week off.
I think he's lacking confidence. You even see a bit of his face change and everything on stage, and I'm worried for him. Michael van Gerwen's got soft hands.
Does he? I'm going to secretly shake all of their hands this week. By the end, I will give you a definitive.
Wow. I want to see that on Sky. I want to see you shake hands with him.
Hello guys, I'm Jack, mate.
And I'm Polly James.
And welcome back to Double Top, sponsored by BetMGM, the weekly podcast that brings you all the action from the BetMGM Premier League darts.
Yeah, during the show today, we are going to be discussing the first Premier League darts night in Belgium and also catching up with the brand new Dutch #1 and Premier League star himself, Gian van Veen.
But before that, Polly, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Great to be here. So excited.
Anna has not been fired.
Are you sure? I thought you kicked her off the show after the, what was it, very pathetic attempt, sorry Anna, at the 9-dart challenge.
Well,
love you really.
You and her are going to be swapping on weeks,
yes,
aren't you? Because you're just so busy. And shall we bring our guest in today?
Yes, YouTuber and content creator, influencer as well, can I say that? It's Charlie Murphy.
Hello.
Great to have you on.
Thank you. I'm very excited to catch up.
Yeah, we are going to talk more about your journey into darts and how you are now a Target ambassador as well, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, really, really exciting. Look forward to chatting about it.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we'll talk more about that in just a moment, but let's get on to the action of what happened in Antwerp last week.
What week?
Very happy to say that the Welsh guy won it all, took the spoils, made history.
MVG was unbeaten, wasn't he? And then Gezzy's, what was it, a 104 average? He smashed him up in the final?
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. But Michael van Gerwen is on fire. Who would have predicted this?
Yeah.
A win and a final in 2 weeks. And last year he didn't even win an event.
To win the night, steal the weekly win away. Gerwen Price gets the job done in Antwerp. The Iceman survived.
I love MVG. I'm a massive MVG fanboy.
Yeah.
I love Gezzy too, but
I think these two, when they go at it, there's nothing better in
box
darts.
office, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Someone told me before, you must never, ever bet against Michael van Gerwen. Maybe the last couple of years I have done, but before that. But now, I mean, who would have thought it? Now, when just looking at the table, we've got Michael van Gerwen at the very top with 8 points. Charlie, did you see that? I mean, predictions before the Premier League started?
No, definitely not. I had him down quite near the bottom, to be honest. Just based on last year.
Yeah.
I even thought to myself that he might not even have been a player that I would have put in if he wasn't automatically in the top 4, just because of his poor year. But he's come out this year, and it's 2 weeks in, he's top of the table, so that proves me wrong.
Yeah, top of the table, Michael van Gerwen. Gezzy Price obviously taking the spoils in Antwerp. 5 points for him. Leapfrogs, Johnny Clayton, who's in third.
The Welsh lad's doing all right, you know.
We've got the Q's next to our name. Gian is in fourth position with 3 points. But I guess the most shocking after 2 nights of action, we've got the 2 Lukes outside of the qualifying spots, which I don't think anyone could see happening. I mean, Luke, I was with Luke at an exhibition at the weekend, and I said, is this the plan, just to start slow? And, and Michael van Gerwen always says, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
And Luke was very, no, this is definitely not the plan. I want points on the board and I want to be at the very top.
Was he a bit under the weather? Did I hear?
I did hear that he was under the weather, and I did say to him, I heard you had like this super flu, and he said, no, the media made out that he was on his deathbed, and he was actually, maybe just a man cold or whatever, a man flu. So he's fine. He was throwing good darts at the weekend.
You can never count him out, can you? You can never count him out. But like we said at the top of the show, Anna last week showed me up as she predicted Gezzy to win night 2.
So Anna knows her stuff. She just can't throw darts. That's what I got from
She
that.
did have one leg though, to be fair. I mean,
one leg on the...
Well, she's got 2 legs.
Oh, I thought you meant on the board, like one leg on the board. Sorry. Yes, do you mean physically she has one leg?
She's got a broken foot.
Yes, but she's got 2 arms. You don't play darts for that. Anyway, look, let's go back to the final. Glad that Gezzy won it, of course. But Michael van Gerwen, I mean, it's just full flow when he's in action, and just so gorgeous to see. Over the last few years, like Michael van Gerwen just hasn't really been that consistent with those big outshots. The 167. I'm not sure many of us would have set 50-50 150 would have said, is he going to get that? But then to follow it up with that 160 when Gezi was on a 40 to level it up to 2 apiece, I was like astonished.
He couldn't, not after a 167.
He can, Wayne.
Yes, he can. Michael.
Oh, and the little flare as well, the little flick of the wrist. We love it.
So Gezi at this point is thinking, why does everyone have to bring their blinking A game against me all the time? Playing the darts of his life. And everyone, I think he said it so many times that whenever he ups his game, people just do the same against him.
Yeah.
And, luckily he got that win in the final. And I think now playing at the standard he is, like he rightly said, he thinks a major's coming. And it's just around the corner, surely.
I've got a question for both of you, right? We're probably looking a bit too far here, right?
Yeah.
But out of those two we've just seen there, MVG and Gezi Price, who has the biggest chance of winning the whole thing?
The Premier League?
Yeah.
For me, I think Gerwen Price.
I think Gezi, I'd like to see a few more weeks to see how Michael sort of follows up those 2 last weeks. But Gezi, I would say at the very beginning, if you would have asked, I'd say definitely Gezi. But now, I honestly, I wouldn't have expected Michael to be at the top of the table at this point and to be in, back-to-back finals. If he does it again in Glasgow and maybe in Belfast, Cardiff, has this great start, then, I'd say he's going to be qualified for sure.
I fully agree. We've seen Michael van Gerwen top the table of the Premier League so many times. Last year, obviously, it wasn't his year at all. This year, he started better. But I think Gerwen Price, we've seen it, especially like last year, he won quite a lot of nights. So I see him in that top 4. But I also fancy him on the finals night. Whereas at the minute, I just probably wouldn't fancy Michael van Gerwen. But that might change. There's still a long way to go. We are seeing a different Michael van Gerwen now.
Yeah, Michael van, was it last year though? Was it? It was a race between him and Aspinall, wasn't it, for the qualifying spots? Even not winning a night in the Premier League, Michael van Gerwen is always there. He's always like right behind you. So there's no writing him off. And now obviously he's won a night. He's got a runner-up in another night. I think we're going to see him in a qualifying spot.
And obviously he beat Luke Littler on his way to the final last week. And that's no easy feat, is it?
To beat Littler and keep his winning run going. And Michael van Gerwen is in back-to-back finals to start this year's Premier League. The Green Machine sees off the nuke by 6 legs to 4.
That has got to hurt Littler, but I can just imagine like Michael van Gerwen, the boost of confidence that gives him without him showing it, because he always needs to show on stage, hey, I'm the man. You're the boy. I'm the man here, and I can still beat you, okay?
Yeah. He's got an ego, but that's what we love about MVG, isn't it?
Does.
So,
I bet he's absolutely buzzing with that win behind the scenes for sure.
Everyone's expecting Littler to go and absolutely storm this. We're still yet to see him make a final. Do you think week 3 has got to be the week?
You know what? I don't think it is.
Do you not, Charlie?
No. And I am a big Luke Littler fan.
Right.
And, I'd be more than happy if he went on to win the tournament. But what in my dream now is for him to not do quite as well, not win as many nights. And I want to see him need so many wins because I think he can then do it. Right. I want us to kind of think, Luke Littler's not going to do it. He's not going to make it. And that's when we'll see the best Luke Littler, because I think he's that good. He can turn it on when he needs to turn it on, if that makes sense. So I want to see a bit of pressure.
That's a bold prediction from you, Charlie.
So do you want him to be sort of like week 14, 15, like at position 5 or something?
I would maybe even go like maybe even week 10.
Yeah.
Maybe like sat in 6th, needing so many nightly wins.
I love it.
And I can just see him doing it because he's that good. But it's just because we've seen him winning so much, and it's just, I want that bit of a different feel, because I like how he is on stage, etc., when he really needs to and really wants to win. Even like when the crowd can maybe be against him a little bit. I just like that side of him. So that's what I want to see.
He's not panicking though, is he, at this moment?
I don't think so. Not at all. No.
I think there would be worry for him because he just likes winning.
Yeah.
Not worry about qualifying, but I think he'd be concerned that okay, I need to start winning weeks now.
Yeah.
Because I think before this started, what is the record 5 weekly wins in the Premier League? This is what he does. He breaks records.
Yeah.
So.
And he still can't he? There's
Oh,
plenty
absolutely.
of darts still yet to play.
When he won the Premier League, his debut year, did he not win a week until like week 9?
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, that recovery from Littler against Luke Humphries. What I admire about Littler is that he's just got every card in his back pocket to play.
Yeah.
The comebacks are just sensational. I always used to think Nathan Aspinall was the one who could kick it and just, have that dogfight in him. But I think Littler is one of the most mentally strong player on tour.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. And the person who did it against, Luke Humphries, the world number 2. Yeah. It's not like he's playing someone on the Pro Tour. It's just like, I'm better than you. It's literally that.
He's got Humphries' number a bit at the moment, hasn't it? Like he beat him in the Winmore final, the Masters final, a few months back now. And how do we think Humphries is going to deal with that? Do you think psychologically Littler's got that edge over him at the moment?
I think there's a little bit of that, but what I will say is Luke Humphries goes up there and he plays fantastic darts, and I think sometimes in comparison to Luke Littler's, it looks maybe subpar, but it's not. He's absolutely fantastic, and I can't remember which final it was last year, but someone had gone up there. It might have been the Grand Slam. I can't really remember, but they were like, he's playing rubbish, and he wasn't. It's just Luke Littler's level was that bit more. It made it look like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you bridge the gap from second to first?
Yeah. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do playing against Littler when he's in full flow.
Yeah, so that was the first semi-final. The other semi-final, what a thriller this was. Gezi taking it in the final leg against Clayton.
Can Price finish off the job and make the final?
Well, when he was the world champion, he'd put a lot of money on him hitting this with 3 in hand. But now he's got to go hunting double 5.
Wow. And he gives it the big go on.
That was a big dart.
Yeah.
Big dart.
That's a pressure dart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going inside on the 10.
Yeah. Double 5's not easy. Well, no double's easy for me, but yeah.
Guys, let me tell you, when Johnny Clayton eventually beats Gezi, there is going to be a big celebration, a big point to the camera.
Are they good mates then?
Yeah, really good mates.
Yeah.
They're teammates, and there's something about, I guess, without getting too deep and passionate here, but there's something about like the Welsh. We have each other's backs, and you've got 2 people here who are stereotypically Welsh blokes. You've got Gezi, who is like that fiery rugby player, spends his weekends down the rugby club, as did Johnny. But with Johnny, we rarely see, I think anyway, sort of that real fight, that real hunger. I mean, he's a ballsy character and player on the hockey, and we saw that, I think, when he had that comeback against Bunting, which we'll talk about in a bit. But there's something with Gezi. Do
you think Gezi was holding back his roars and his celebrations against Clayton a little bit?
He does say that he does hold it back with Johnny a little bit, but you could see all the emotion come out there. And I feel like Gezi had to fight tooth and nail to get to the final in Belgium. But it's something that I don't think you can really control with Gezi too much. He'll try and hold it in, but then it's just too much. He'll just, regardless of who he's playing, if he's playing a kid, I think he'll want to win.
It's funny you say that. I was with him in Hemsby this weekend, where dreams come true.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he gave it a big go on against
in front of a child.
Competition winner.
Yeah, this is he's a fiery, competitive Welshman.
Yeah. Let's talk about the other Welshman, Clayton, the Ferret.
Yeah.
The quarter-final against Bunting.
So I was coming back from holiday.
Yeah.
And I had it on in the car, and I had switched it on just when Wayne Mardle said something like, right, you're going to have to start turning up here, pal, because you need a miracle. And I was thinking, what's going on here? Look at the score. And Johnny's, 4 down. And I'm thinking, blinking heck, he needs to reel off at least 6 on the spin here.
Yeah. I think Mardle said on comms as well, he was like, last week Bunting was 2-0 up and he lost, and now he's 4-0 up. He can't lose from here, can he? And he obviously did, Charlie, didn't he?
Yeah, it's not the best position to be in, going 2-0 up, losing, going 4-0 up, losing. I think he's probably going to be really nervous going into the next game. I know these players don't get that nervous compared to the average Joe, but I think he's lacking confidence. It certainly looks like within his darts he is lacking in the confidence.
Yeah.
You even see a bit of his face change and everything on stage, and I'm worried for him because
Right.
I absolutely love Stephen Bunting, and I'm one of the Bunting mental, and I just really want him to get that win under his belt because I don't want it to be like last year. It's 6, 7, 8 weeks, and things being too late, and it crushes confidence.
Do you think that we see it? The internet can be fickle at times, can't it? And we all know how Stephen's been received recently. And do you think that will be coming into his head a bit, or
100%? Yeah, I think he needs a filter away from it. To be honest, I really do.
Yeah.
Are you quite friendly with him?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Have you spoken to him and how he feels?
Not about things like that, no.
Okay.
But I can imagine. To be honest, it won't be something I want to really talk to people about because you kind of mention it's something that you don't really want to mention.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or you're just like, good luck for next week. Hope it goes well.
Yeah, exactly. But I hope he gets the win. I really do because we want to see a competitive Premier League. We don't want to see anyone dead last.
No,
it's we want it to be competitive, and I think he's got the game. He is. He's one of the best dart players in the world. But he just needs that confidence. And I think his darts drop a little bit low when he's just not at the confidence. We saw it at the World Championship when he was struggling against Sebastian in one game, and I thought he was going to end up losing that one. But yeah, touch wood, he'll get the win this week.
I feel like as well, the problem is with the Premier League, he'll probably think, right, where do I get a week where I can guarantee some points on the board? And there just isn't one. You're running into the best in the world. It's like, right, okay, I've got Johnny Clayton out the way. Oh damn, now this week I've got Littler. And then I've got Gian, and then I've got Humphreys. You just don't have a week off.
There's no easy game. I mean, Josh Rock as well, another one who's perhaps struggling a little bit. It's his first year. It's his first year, and he played well in week one, not so much in week two. But before we move on to Josh Rock, let's just go back and look at that clip, the 1-2-4 finish from Johnny Clayton to knock Bunting out.
Stephen Bunting.
He's got that. He looks nervous, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does look nervous.
There was a definite change in character between both of them, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It was like,
Double 11 for Johnny Clayton to complete the turnaround.
It's amazing how it switches in a short format.
Yeah.
wow. Yes.
Gives it a big
Go on, Johnny,
wow.
this is it. No, we rarely see that, off Johnny. But
Yes.
Something switched there. It's so funny because I remember last year, the sort of back end of last year, he was missing doubles like you've never missed doubles before, and he would admit that. And I think because he was putting so much pressure on himself to qualify for or to get selected for the Premier League. And now he's in the Premier League. I think, it's not that he's playing with something to prove, but I think he wants to dig his feet in and say, I'm here for a reason, and I'm back in it for a reason, and I am a former Premier League champion.
Yeah, this is a competition he's won before.
Yeah, and it's his favourite one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's his favourite competition. He wants to be in it, and he wants to show that he can do it. I just wonder, when he was 4-0 down, I wonder what he was thinking. I wonder if those thoughts are going through his head. I grafted to get here, and now I need to prove to whoever that I should be here.
He's a player that for me, just never seems nervous when he's up there, even if he's 4-0 behind. He just didn't have that look about him. Josh Rock, however, did look a little bit nervous, Charlie, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm absolutely overjoyed that he's in the Premier League, and I'm really happy to see him there. Well, like I say, week one played really well. This week wasn't his week. He mentioned about not having a lot of grip.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, interestingly, Josh Rock is one of these players that changes his darts every day or every game. So he'll use a fresh set. So he likes the maximum amount of grip from his darts.
Yeah.
Whereas like Luke Humphreys uses the same darts for years. So everyone's slightly different that way. So it might just be I doubt it would have been a defective set. It's probably something to do with his hands and just, it might be more sweaty. He might have washed his hands with something differently. Could be anything. Could have just been a bit nervous, but yeah, you trust him when they say something like that. He doesn't need to make excuses. Do you know what I mean? He's not. So just a bad night at the office.
So like just mentally just couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be anything. It could be something on his hands if the darts are not feeling right. Just anything really.
Because I saw he tweeted or he posted something on Instagram saying he felt good up there.
Yeah.
But it was the grip. And for me as like an average darts fan, like that sounds contradictory. Like how can you feel good but not good in the grip?
Yeah, if your darts maybe don't feel right. Like I know over time I've changed my darts with needing different amounts of grip level, but I doubt that's something that he's needed because he trusts his equipment and he does get the fresh darts, etc. So I literally think it might be something that he's had on his hands or the way he's washed his hands, or
Really?
something. To be, I know it sounds
The
stupid.
moisturiser he's using on his fingers.
It could be anything. It could have had a burger before, and it just, because your skin changes. We all know. Sometimes your skin feels different. So
I famously have the most sweaty hands.
Okay. I mean,
Michael Van Gerwen's got soft hands.
Does he?
When I shook,
I'm gonna secretly shake all of their hands this week.
Really
This whole Premier League tournament, and by the end, I will give you a definitive.
Wow.
I want to see that on Sky.
Right, okay, fine.
These are the exclusives we get here on Double
who's got
Top.
the softest hands?
Yeah, Polly, I need you to do a league table from softest hands to firmest hands.
Okay, I will. But it's funny though that you say that. I've been working a lot with Winmore and the new Blade X, and I mean we have spoken so much about a dartboard that you won't believe. I've seen inside the dartboard, but it's funny about the things that, you know, average darts fans like yourself and perhaps people watching, we don't think about the grip of a dart that might be going through a player's minds. You know, we just see them come up onto the oche and throw the darts. There's so many more elements to a game, isn't there?
Oh, there's so much. It's the equipment they're using, the shirts you're wearing, the dartboard you're using, for instance. I was speaking to somebody and there was mention about like the density of the dartboard. Like, for instance, Adrian Lewis likes it a certain way for how his darts land and sit in the board.
Yeah.
So it's just different for everybody, really.
So, you know, like darts and the tools and the dartboard, are they, you know, can they be a deciding factor on whether you win or not? Win a game or not?
I don't know. Well, probably yes, because we see Luke Littler change his equipment, and he always goes back to his Generation 1 darts, and he seems to be the best with them. So for certain people, certain things work. I think the dartboard, you're both on the same board, so sometimes it might not suit one person, but I don't think that it's got that much of a fact.
I think it's got everything to do with it. That's why I'm a bad player. It's the darts.
Don't blame the tools.
Not
blame the tools, okay? And one person we haven't spoken about is Gian van Veen.
The
Giant, the brand new Dutch #1, which kind of, I bet for Dutch players felt an impossible feat to even get to. We actually spoke to him, and let's find out how he's enjoying the Premier League and what he thinks about being the world #3 now.
Life in Premier League so far has been good. Of course, there's only been 1 week, but now here, week 2 in Antwerp, it's something I dreamt of as being a kid, being in the Premier League, and so it's amazing to be part of it now. And but yeah, so of course it's very different compared to all the other tournaments. There's a lot that comes with it. It's not just playing darts, and but that's fine. It's perfect, and I like it so far. And I can't wait for the next 15, hopefully 16 weeks. The first Premier League night was, of course, the biggest venue I've played in so far. So you notice a little bit, especially during the walk-on, there's a lot more people, a lot more noise, a lot more people cheering for you as well. But you probably notice that when you're on stage for the first 1 or 2 legs, and afterwards you really get into the zone and you don't notice it too much anymore, unless you've won the game. And then you look into the crowd and you see thousands of people there cheering you on. And of course, it's very special. And I'm going to live that for many more nights in the next coming weeks with massive crowds and massive venues. So it's going to be fantastic. But yeah, of course, especially the first night in front of 10, 12,000 fans was very special. Sounds a bit crazy to be the #3 in the world. Of course, it's been very reliable relying on the World Championship run, of course, getting to the final. But I think my performance in 2025 have showed that I can be up there with the best in the world. And I've beaten them all so far, so I know it's possible, but I wouldn't have expected to be the #3 in the world. It still sounds a bit crazy to me, but it's something I'm very proud of course, and it's once you're #3 in the world, you always want to look ahead, and it's going to be very tough, but yeah, it's something I'm really looking forward to the next challenge. As a Dutchman, you never expect to be Dutch #1 because there was always Michael van Gerwen. He was always winning titles, and he was always doing well in the majors, so as a Dutchman, if you look at, for example, the World Cup of Darts, you always say you need to be Dutch #2 to even get a chance. And but yeah, to now overtaking him as you say, after 13 years of him being the Dutch #1, it's crazy to think of overtaking him now. But it's so in the end of the day, it's just the world rankings. It's not really something that's going to help you when you're on stage. So you just want to play well. But yeah, of course, being Dutch is always nice to say that you're the #1 of your country. I know if I'm playing well, like as I said before, I know I can beat anyone, but of course it's going to be tricky to even get to the O2. That's the main goal for now. And then once you're there, of course, you want to win the tournament. I know I'm capable of doing it, but there's 7 other quality players who probably think the same. So it's going to be tricky, but I've got the self-confidence. I got the self-belief that I can be there in O2 Arena in London and lifting that title, 100%.
He just, the nicest bloke you will ever meet, and just so lovely to see him, get to the business end of these tournaments now, and have as a reporter have a bit more time to speak to him, even like when he's winning these big titles, and I always say, when I'm on stage with them afterwards, that the adrenaline is so high. I just stick a microphone in their face after winning their biggest game of their life. It's just the adrenaline's pumped. But he's so articulate. He speaks so well. He's so measured. What a lovely young man.
I'm so glad you said that, because I actually weirdly tweeted last week saying I've never met Gian van Veen, but everything tells me he's one of the loveliest blokes in dart. Seems absolutely class in every game, interview and interaction. And you've just confirmed it for me.
He absolutely is. He's have you met him before?
No, he's one of the only ones that I've not met, but everyone says the same thing.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he is an extremely intelligent guy, so well measured as well. So Littler will turn up to a tournament about maybe 2 hours before a game that he's due on, and me being there for Sky or whoever, we're sort of waiting to do that pre-match interview, waiting for his arrival and things, and he'll go in, maybe have an hour checking on the board, have a pizza, whatever. Gian, whenever he's playing first at a tournament, I know I have to get there at least 6 hours before.
No way.
Yeah, because he is always there so early.
Wow.
He's got the, they all have these routines, but I think, that says a lot about Gian and about, how he looks at the game and how he prepares. An extremely likable guy, and obviously he's got a good head on shoulders, and love him. And I can see him being a multiple world champion easily.
Yeah, well, Charlie, I've got a question for you, mate. Just to play devil's advocate, right? Yeah. So a lot has been said about the world ranking money now. Like it's skewed heavily in favour of the world championships with the doubling of the prize pot. Is Gian, we know he's world number 3.
Yeah.
Is he world number 3 by merit? Would you say he's the 3rd best player on the planet right now?
It's very tough. I'll be honest, I really underestimated him for quite a long time. Even after he won the European Championship, I was underestimating the guy. I didn't think he'd have the run at the Worlds, didn't think he'd get into the Premier League. Yeah. And I admit, I was so wrong because he's just having this massive run. So, like I say, he went with Littler in the final. I know it didn't go his way. I feel like there could have been a bit of a swing in that match that if he'd won, maybe
I think he
one
missed
more.
the dart for the second set, didn't he?
I think that would have made
story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's something about Luke Littler after a break.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what he does in these breaks.
He eats squashies and has a boost and has a takeaway curry.
He opened some FIFA Ultimate Team packs on his phone.
Yeah.
It's good to go again.
Yeah. But I probably think he is. Yeah. He's even at the point where he's beating Luke Humphries. So would you, quite regularly. So would you maybe say he's the 2nd best player in the world?
It's a good point.
So
it's a good point.
He deserves to be where he is 100%.
Yeah. I've got a little flex. I put a bet on with BetMGM in March last year that Gian would win the World Championships. He got to the final. He didn't quite win, but that's my biggest flex.
That is a big flex.
A losing bet.
Who booked you for this, Charlie?
Did you cash out?
No, I didn't cash out. Never, ever cash out.
Right.
Now, it's time for my favourite bit of the podcast. We're yet to see a big fish yet, but there's been some great moments.
Yeah.
And some not so great moments. This is big fish, little fish. Now, like we said, what were you saying was our big fish of the week?
The 167, right?
Well, the 167.
Yeah.
But that's because we haven't had an actual big fish yet. That's coming this week, by the way. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
We're getting it this week.
Okay.
Let's just dive straight into the little fishes.
Little fishes.
And this is Mardle, who I absolutely adore, digging out Littler for saying he has the flu.
Luke Littler mentioned the flu, Dan. You ain't got the flu, kid. You got a cold. I've had the flu. You can't get out of bed.
That is exactly what my partner says to me.
I was about to say, he sounds like my mum, like back in the day. Like, get to school, you are fine. There is nothing wrong with you. Yeah, but it's tough love, I think. But I mean, look, if he can come back and beat Luke Humphries, as we've already spoke about, with a cold, with a flu, whatever he might have had. I know that the media was saying that he had some sort of super flu. I think he seems all right, doesn't he?
Can I talk to you a bit about, because Wayne Mardle's your mate, isn't he? Like,
Well,
you know Wayne.
I've got his number.
Yeah. What's Wayne like behind the scenes? Because everyone loves Mardle.
He is exactly as he is on telly, I would say. And just a really, as someone you'd want to have a pint with, someone you'd want to hang out with. Extremely passionate about darts. He's not. He'll say exactly how he feels, but in a really lovely way.
Yeah.
And, he's given me a load of advice, which is lovely. I remember I said to him, it was the first final that I did for at the Worlds, and I was kind of like freaking out a little bit. You always kind of want to do the role justice. And I was like, I'm going to ask Wayne, what would you want to hear from Luke if he wins? Well, firstly, he said he might not win. Gian might win it. I was like, well, I know, but like if Luke did win and he goes back to back, and we kind of like went through a bit of constructive talking about what maybe I could ask, or what would we'd like to hear from him, etc. Just really friendly, just a really nice guy. Emma absolutely adores him. I know he's great to work with, and what you see on telly is what you get behind the scenes as well.
Well, I've got a little exclusive as well. And I said to my mate I'd bring this up on the podcast.
Okay.
He absolutely mugged my mate off big time this weekend. So I met him for the first time. And Wayne's come over and he saw me playing a bit of darts. And he went, "You can play!" And I was buzzing. And then my mate went, so my mate's called Joe, and he said, "Don't say that to Jack. He's already got an ego." And he turned around, never met my mate before in his life. And he goes, "Now, don't take this the wrong way, but you look like the kind of guy who's good at nothing." So
that's Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne is also an extremely great storyteller as well. If you're ever in his presence, just sit with him for a bit, and he'll talk some fun stuff. So.
Absolutely love it. Now, the next little fish is something that you don't see often in darts. It's a Robin Hood.
The player's form can change dramatically as that one dramatically hammers into the stem. But it can change dramatically. Stephen Bunting, in a month, might be playing the best darts of his life.
I feel like that's so unlucky to happen, because it has to be the most precise follow-up dart you can ever get. Like the grouping in it is 100% basically.
Or
but
you might just have crap flights.
Yeah, true. And it must break the flight. Have you ever thrown a Robin Hood before?
Yeah, it can happen. I think it happens down the pub quite a bit, and people make a bit of a joke of it, etc. But you don't see it that often now, because a lot of people are using slightly different equipment.
Yeah.
Like Luke Littley uses the moulded systems, which is meant to be against that. But yeah, it was a very accurate throw from Stephen.
I've actually seen on YouTube someone doing the three. Have you seen that?
I have seen that,
Yeah.
It's quite impressive that. You don't see that very often.
No.
I've never seen it in person, actually. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And I'll tell you what else you don't see often. MVG with a little underarm throw.
In that 6-2 defeat, but he will be desperate to get his first win and get some points on the board.
He's just like, yeah, whatever. I love that. That's exactly what I would do at home if a dart fell out, and whatever.
Yeah.
Chuck it at the board.
I've tried that and got a few holes in the wall to show for it now.
Do you ever actually just miss the board now? Or are you at that
I
level?
did it earlier, mate. But I was a bit nervous. Yeah, you do, especially when you're fiddling around with different darts, and more like situations like this when you get a bit nervous. 100%. We don't claim to be great players. We just enjoy it for fun. But I've had a few sets of darts. I've got some 48 gram darts, and they're quite hard to hit the board with.
There's heavy metal and there's heavier metal.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're very heavy.
We've seen your videos. We've seen your content. You've got that wonderful dart shelf, haven't you? It's like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but just for darts. Like, how many sets of darts would you say you've got, Charlie?
So it's hard to keep track at the minute, but I think it's closing in on about 800 sets at the minute. Yeah, it's getting quite a lot. Yeah, it's getting quite a lot.
That's on par with Snakebite, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
And he uses them all in
I was
one
about
day.
to say, wow.
I'd like to compare
where do you
cases.
Keep them all?
So I've recently been getting these they're like display cases, but they're modular, and you can keep adding more. And it's getting quite expensive, to be honest. I might have to slow down.
What would you say? What's your favourite set for any reason?
Oh, yeah. It's a set of Raymond van Barneveld Gen 2s. And it's because I really wanted them years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
But they're like £120.
Right.
And I was like, I can't warrant paying £120.
But that's the usual for a set of darts these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I eventually, after doing the vids and stuff like that, I managed to buy a set.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Target sponsorship come through. You were like, bum, 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 bum.
And I was like, yeah, I'm getting these. And they just mean a lot to me, because I do remember not being able to, even think about getting them.
Yeah.
So probably them, to be fair.
Well, you mentioned years and years ago.
Yep.
Where did your love of darts come from?
So I was round at the mother-in-law's And the father-in-law just had the darts on. This was around 2016. And we're just in the kitchen. And I think it was a Premier League he had on. And then we were going around quite a lot and he was just watching more and more of darts. And then we went to the Premier League in 2016. So it might have even been the year before.
Right.
And we just loved it. And it just, once you pick it up, I heard you say about Rob Cross as well in 2017.
That was my entry to darts. Went to Ali Pali. I actually remember, you know, the 180 boards they have and people write the messages.
Yeah.
So on my camera roll, every year I go, I take write a different silly thing on it. I looked back to see when actually the first year it was that year that you mentioned, Charlie. And on the board, I just put, I don't understand darts. And many listeners of this podcast will argue I still don't.
Yeah.
But do you enjoy it? That's the thing.
I absolutely love it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
This is it.
So do you now call yourself a darts content creator / influencer? Can I say that around you? Are you and also Jack as well. Are you the same? Are you guys? Would you put yourself in the
scum.
same?
He's absolute scum. And,
Okay, right. Okay, so there's levels of this content. Okay, fine.
No, I guess I think I am. I love doing stuff like this. I don't actually make my own darts content like Charlie does. So I think I know what you're alluding to, Polly.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Firstly, the big question is coming. All right, the big question is coming. But I want to find out about what makes you a darts content creator. When did you first realise? Okay, I'm going to make a living out of being a darts influencer.
Oh, wow. Well, everyone hates the word influencer, even the people that get called it and the people that call people influencers. Everyone hates it. But it doesn't matter. It's what the word people use. I never thought I'd make any money from it. And it was never the goal. I was posting videos on TikTok of me going to the football, doing funny videos in football shirts. And then I had posted a few videos of darts, but people weren't interested in it. This was 2022, 2023. They just never gained any traction. So when you post stuff online, you try to do the things that, you know, people are enjoying, you know, the things that are getting views. And there was never any money in it at this point. And then I did a video just before the Luke Littler World Championship, which went really well. I had like my Michael van Gerwen shirt. I did different shirts of different people. And then I was inspired to get my board back out after seeing Luke Littler and et cetera, and since then, so that was January 2024, they just became so popular. I was live streaming as well, just me throwing darts. I didn't even have a surround or a ring light or anything. I was just on a board with like 2 sets of darts.
And just chatting away and just having it. Okay.
I watch your videos. I'm a fan of them. Yeah.
Thank you. Someone is. Brilliant. Thank you.
So, but when was, like, just, you know, being real now, when did you first get a paycheck from something you did in darts creation?
Maybe 2025, so last year.
Oh, wow.
So what was that then? Yeah. Can you elaborate? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah,
okay.
so, you know,
interested.
so it started originally on TikTok. If you posted a video that was over a minute long, you get paid per view.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
So you was only, at this point, you was only getting paid from the content you was creating. I never, ever wanted to do YouTube. And then my friend George Scaife, he says, I want to do this Dart Days project because apparently YouTube pays more per view than TikTok did. I didn't know at this point because I'd never really done it. So we did this little project and it kind of failed really, to be honest. And we went our separate ways. He's done really well with that channel since. And I kind of like had a few months off there and thought, you know, I want to give that a go. And it does. YouTube then pays more per view. So that's kind of like one of my main incomes now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure me and you were at an event. I won't say what event it was, but we walked out. And I remember, I think Phil Taylor was there. I'm not sure. Phil Taylor was there. Charlie's walked out. The kids were screaming for Charlie. That's
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you a really strange one, to be fair. And it was quite good, actually, because I was just really early on in my target sponsorship. We was at St. Helens Dart Shop filming with Stephen Bunting to release his new darts. And they'd closed the shop, but then we'd running over, so the shop had opened and some kids had come running over and they got pictures with us all, etc. And Stephen started doing a little bit of talking to these kids and the target reps were with us. And Stephen goes, oh, who's your favourite player? And the kid just goes, Charlie Murphy. I couldn't believe. I thought, nice one, I'll give you 20 quid later.
But how funny is it that now you've got, like, you know, darts manufacturers signing up, and I say this respectfully, influencers.
Yeah.
You know, you would never see that. It's just players usually, and now...
Yeah. I think it's brilliant, to be fair, as well as the other brands. Obviously, I'm with Target, but I work well with other brands and so do many others. It's fantastic because we get to, you know, give our opinions on the darts. And I don't see other guys do this, but no. Some people think you say, "Oh, you need to go buy these darts." Like you said, you're not. You know what I mean? We're just saying our opinions on things, making our content.
Do you have a discount code?
I wish I did. I do with double top darts. Actually, to be fair, it matches the name. So
brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, they're legends. Little plug to them. But yeah, I spend an awful lot of money, to be honest, on darts. Everything I make, I pretty much put back in.
Okay, well, here's the big burning question. As we know, at the Winmore World Masters, which was less than a month ago, Gary Anderson, after he won a game, called out some darting influencers. In the video underneath, Jack, your name was tagged.
Was it?
Your name was yes, it was.
What, Gary? What have I ever done to you, mate?
I don't know. This is what I want to know. Right. Charlie, your name was brought up as well. Who was he talking about? And what was his beef? And how do you feel about what he said?
So I know what we was talking about, but I won't mention because I don't think it's very fair. No.
Has he got ginger hair?
No.
Is he angry?
No.
It's not him. I thought it was him.
No, to be honest, it's a smaller creator, and like I said, I don't think it'd be fair. I think what he said probably has a little bit of an aspect into a lot of people, like myself and other people. But I also think that some of the things he said might not quite be right, etc. But then a lot I do agree with, and he's done more for darts than us creators will ever do. He's a double champion, double world champion.
Yeah.
Well, can you? We might have some listeners who aren't sure of what he said. Can you just paraphrase his point?
Yeah. So I don't agree with the bit he said about telling people how to play, because most people don't. And also he mentioned about saying you need expensive darts. You don't need expensive darts. And no one actually says that. Right. You know, from what I've seen.
This is what the content creator was saying, right? So Gary had a problem with the influencers trying to tell young kids how to play.
Yeah, I think Gary was like, I think the whole influence, they talk a lot of crap, yeah.
The thing is, there's a space for it. You know, there are videos out there where people, make skits, etc.
Yeah.
I did a video, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, where I said, you need to put your darts in the fridge. And some people actually took that literally. But,
so what did you mean then?
Well, it was a joke video, really.
Oh, right, okay.
It was a tips on how to
Jack
improve.
will be trying that tonight.
Literally, when he said that just then, I was thinking, God, I'm going to have to go home and do that.
I should maybe be a bit more careful. No, I think, what he's saying is, don't listen to these people online that don't play very good darts, which I agree with. There are some people out there that aren't very good at darts but could coach you. Yeah. But most of us aren't. If you're wanting to get better at darts, listen to what Gary Anderson does. Watch what he does. Whatever you do, don't copy my throw. You don't want that. You don't want them problems. But he's been so good and he's been at the top of the game, so he's got the right to make these comments. But there is a space for creators to make darts content because it does elevate darts. If people disagree with that, that's fine, but it's there.
That's what we want.
No, I mean, I fully agree. Like the last 2 years, darts is on this incredible trajectory.
Yeah.
And it's booming. And all of this new influx of creators and influencers, they're just building the game, aren't they? And just making it more popular.
It's creating jobs for people.
Yeah.
And who would ever argue with something like that? Yeah. Creating jobs for somebody.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. The world we live in now, and it's creating jobs, and not only that, fun for people. People enjoy watching us. It's free to watch as well.
Yeah.
So
it's created this job for me. So please keep watching it, kids. I really appreciate it.
Do you have any tips for maybe the younger audience listening if they wanted to get into darts? And because you are the influencer.
Yeah, I never say you need to do this, but I've kind of just relayed the stuff that the professionals have given to me. So I've if I'm ever on a shoot with Luke Littler, Adrian Lewis, the questions I ask and record and put that into my videos and say, right, well, this is what Adrian Lewis has said. Try and do this. It's then for them to do, but it might not work for them. If that makes sense. So, darts is, look, everyone uses different darts, for instance. Everything's, no one grips the same.
No.
So it's, I think if you do really want to get a lot better, you need professional coaching. Yeah. Which we can't offer, but we can say,
I'm available every
the Jack Mate Academy.
Yes. Yeah.
The biggest one.
Sorry, Gary.
The biggest one Phil Taylor said on an interview I did with him was just make sure your equipment's at the right height. Make sure you're standing at the right distance.
Right.
That's why I only scored 126. If that was proper there, that would have been, I don't know, 500 plus.
I don't know about that, mate.
Phil Taylor was at an event yesterday that I was at, and incredible actually. And it was there was a lot of kids there, and I said, what would you say to these kids who are, wanting to get into darts, who want to get better, from the greatest in the world? Like, what advice would you give? And he says, Littler will probably say, in fact, Littler said, stay off social media and just try and chase your dreams. I mean, he's a natural born talent. But Phil said, try and hit 2 180s every night before you go to bed.
Oh, wow. I'd never sleep again.
Yes, you were.
No. I
You'd
know
be a very tired man.
Yeah, I literally have a note on my phone of how many 180s I've ever hit in my life, and it's 15.
Well, I've never hit one, so there's me, for the rest of my life. Yeah, to try and hit 2 180s before you go to bed. A very staunch advocate on just working your arse off, basically, where you've got Littler in the back room, like literally on his phone doing nothing. But
You mentioned you've never hit a 180. Let's take a look at your darts, Polly, because earlier on, Charlie and Polly had a go at the 9 dart challenge. Charlie, you're up first, mate. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
9 darts,
Okay.
highest score possible, mate. You know the game. You've been around the block. You started off with a 1. Out of the ball.
They're nervy darts.
21.
21. Right, compose
Come on,
yourself,
26.
Charlie. Come
We're
on,
going
mate.
for a 26.
Come on. It's 20. Another 20.
Nice.
And
Ooh.
5. That's 45.
I think you are safe.
66 scored. That's 20. 86. Another 20.
Ooh.
That's 106. And another 20. That's 126 scored. Right, Polly's up.
There we go.
Polly's up. Sat in the treble
Okay.
5.
I'll take it.
Treble 5. That's 20. And another 20.
Okay.
55.
Right, okay. What was your number? 177.
177. You're on
All right,
55 poles.
okay.
So.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, is that just out?
yeah.
Just on top of that? Or is it in?
No, that's it.
That's
Double
in.
tops.
That's in. Double tops. Very on brand.
Yeah, I know,
Polly
I know.
is
There
a
we
pro.
go.
And that is 17. And
Good darts.
5.
Okay, here we go.
You did.
Big 3 darts.
That's a 1.
I feel like I'm
an
quite
18.
a slow, methodical player today.
Oh, and that's unlucky. That's just to the right of the treble 20. That's in the treble 3. Polly, you scored 1, 3, 9. So you do trump Charlie Murphy, but you are both below me on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
Well in Charlie.
fair enough.
Well done,
177's good, to be fair.
So, Polly, you smashed Anna. but that's
I
not...
would say mid-table I'm happy with, to be fair, at the moment. I know we're only 2 weeks in.
No, well, look, you've got over double Anna's score. You beat Charlie, yeah, who's a darts influencer.
I know.
I thought it'd be nice to let the ladies win.
Okay, game on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Game on. Okay.
Wow, fair enough. Patronising, Charlie.
I was about to say, you didn't say that yet.
So the leaderboard is heating up, right?
Okay.
So at the top, we've got Chris Mason with 241, me with 177 in second, and Joe Swash on 142. But each week, we're going to have new guests taking it on.
Okay.
What was the pressure like up there, Charlie? Tell the listeners. Come on, man.
Yeah, as you come in, it's your first couple of darts. And I was a little bit nervous. I think other people will be as well, but can you get someone who's maybe not played darts before so I don't finish at the bottom?
I was going to say, I feel it's quite unfair that we've got Chris Mason at the very top. He's a former pro.
I know.
I'm like, why are we in the same league as him?
He was wearing his big leather jacket as well. So
I'd
he had
seen
no-
that, actually. So that was quite impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think it's about time that we preview the action at the Glasgow night 3 of the Premier League of Darts. So excited because I'm going to be there this week, finally.
It's all right for some. It's a good gig if you can get it, Charlie.
Definitely.
I don't know how I blagged it, to be honest with you, but someone has to do it, I guess.
No, you're brilliant. So, right, let's go through the quarterfinals, shall we? And have a little bit of waffle about it. So, first up, Stephen Bunting versus Van Veen. We spoke about it in depth so far, but Bunting not on great form. Charlie?
Oh, it's going to be tough, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't look at an easy game for Bunting at the minute.
No.
Yeah, I can't see past Van Veen, but I would like to see Stephen Bunting put a performance in at least.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't really help your cause either. You know, if he played well and then lost. So
Yes.
I don't know.
Is there any world where we'll see him outdo what he did last week and go 5 ahead to lose 6-5? That would crush him.
Yeah, that is a
crush
crusher.
him.
I hope not.
No, you don't want to see it.
No.
You don't want to see it.
Yeah, big week for Stephen Bunting. He needs to get off the mark for sure.
Someone else that needs to get off the mark, Josh Rock. So he's playing Luke Humphreys. Rock, does he need to prove himself? Has he proven himself with that performance in week 1 against Clayton?
He has, but again, he needs points on the board. But like Luke Humphries, he's not been off to his best start, to be honest. So I feel like he'll want to go out there and get points, to be honest. Well, they all will, but yeah, that one, I'm going to say I hope Josh gets the win.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm a massive Luke Humphries
So
fan.
am I.
Yeah, this is it. They're all like all 8 of them are brilliant, and you all want them to get points. But I think because Josh is placed 8th at the moment in the table, I would like to see him get a couple of points. I just feel that the longer that the tournament goes on for, I think the harder it is to sort of dig yourself out of that hole.
Yeah.
Just let him get 2 points, Luke, and then you can come back next week.
Yeah, I agree.
This next fixture is always box office. MVG versus Luke Littler. MVG's made back-to-back finals. Luke's yet to make one.
I can't see, going into the third week without Luke Littler in the final. I don't know. I just think
backing him to go.
I'm backing him to go, but then like I said earlier, I feel like if Michael van Gerwen gets past Luke Littler, I'm sure he'll storm the final again. I think he's on a momentum winning streak, isn't he?
He is, but then I think Luke's got like you were saying, Charlie, he loves a comeback, Luke, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put my neck on the line here, and we'll play this clip next week if I'm terribly wrong. I'm going to say Luke Littler wins 6-1.
Oh, wow.
Do you think the bear has been poked within MVG and Littler? Yeah, I kind of feel that. I feel like, after that win against Littler last week, Michael van Gerwen has a target on his back.
Yeah,
and Luke Littler is gunning for him.
For sure.
I think MVG's going to win.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with MVG this week.
Give us a scoreline.
I'm going to go 6-4.
6-4.
Why? Why are you saying MVG?
Just because it's first round.
Okay.
See, I think if it was a little bit deeper into it, that's where Luke Littler will just come alive. But I just think it'll just catch him off guard a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. We'll see who's right next week. Hopefully it won't be you, Charlie. And then the final quarterfinal is the All Welsh Fair.
Ooh, yeah.
Johnny
rematch.
Clayton versus Gerwen Price. From your neck of the woods, Polly, who you back into?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, as stats would have it, I think out of the last, did I see 17 games, Johnny has only won 1.
Wow.
It's a big head-to-head in favour of Gezi. Johnny's going to have everything to play for. Gezi is absolutely going to want to just hit the ground running like he was last week. It's going to be close. I think Gezi had to walk through fire to get through to the finals last week. Honestly, his first 2 games. Johnny's not going to let him off. Johnny needs to come with a little bit of fire in his belly, I think.
Do you think if Gezi does win and win comfortably, we're going to see a little bit more of that emotion, that quiet, or will he keep it just as reserved as he did against Clayton last week in week 2?
I think it depends. So if Gezi, sort of almost whitewashes Johnny, I think he'll be very respectful and we'll keep it in, keep a lid on it. But if it goes down to the wire like it did last week, I think we'll see a big outburst from Gezi. These are big wins. These are, I think, with the field that you've got, every point is going to matter. Especially, we always say it like, even though it is a marathon and not a sprint, and it's only 3 weeks in, we all get so caught up in the points already. There's still so many weeks to go, but it seems like there's so much pressure already.
100%. My 2 predictions, Luke Littler to win 6-1, and I said in the middle of the show, I think we're going to see a big fish, our first big fish.
And who from?
You agree, Charlie?
Yeah, I agree.
Who's reeling it in?
Oh, great question. Or I'm going to go Gian.
Gian, he's pretty good on the bullseye.
Yeah.
Okay, I might go Gian as well.
Yeah?
All 3.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all 3.
We're going to look like geniuses when this comes in.
I think Gian wins against Bunting in a not so close game with a big fish.
Love it. Now, we always like to finish with just one name. We'll start with you, Charlie. You're our guest. One name. Who is winning week 3 up in Glasgow?
Josh Rock. Yeah, I hope so. Fingers crossed.
You
for
little
him.
rebel. Okay.
Polly, who's your shout?
Oh God, shall I? It's nice that we're not saying the Lukes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Should we leave the Lukes to one side? Okay.
It's whatever you think.
I'm gonna go. Can I say if Johnny beats Gezi, he'll win it?
Of course you can.
Okay,
this is
fine.
your show.
I feel like, okay, if Johnny beats Gezi, I think Johnny will go on to win it. Yeah. So we'll go the ferret.
So you're going the ferret. You're going Rock.
Yep.
And I'm gonna
Stephen
stick my
Bunting.
neck on the line here
Ooh.
and say world number 1, current world champion Luke Littler is going to win week 3.
Okay.
I just think it's about time. Like you said, the
Yeah.
bear has been sleepy.
Yes.
Is that the phrase?
Yeah, or the bear has been poked.
That's the phrase. The bear has had his Haribo. Right, guys, now we've got a ticket giveaway for you that Polly's going to tell us all about.
Yes. Yeah, we are giving you the chance to win a pair of tickets to the BetMGM Premier League darts in Belfast. Now, all you've got to do is follow Double Tops Pod on socials, like the post, tag a mate in the comments, and it's as simple as that. It's as easy as that. So get to that right now. All the terms and conditions are on the post in the details, so check those out as well. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching today's show. Thank you very much to our special guest, Charlie Murphy. Great to have you on. Thanks, Jack.
It's been a pleasure.
I will be not here next week, so Anna's back in the seat, but
Okay.
I'll be live from Glasgow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Enjoy.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to hearing about your stories when you're back. Guys, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube and follow Double Tops on your favourite podcast platforms. We're everywhere. We're all over social media. Come and join us for giveaways, content, and loads of good stuff. Just don't tell Gary Anderson.